Who's going to start?
I'll start.
Yeah, following up to Sunfest this weekend and some concerns about security and safety and the stabbing. Any conversations with the police department since, and any sense of where we may see changes next year, if any?
I can't really tell you where we'll see changes. There's a meeting today at 2 o'clock. It's an after-action meeting, which we have after every big event. The police chief will be involved, and the Parks and Rec director, and someone from the fire department. So they'll be reviewing everything, and they'll be coming out with recommendations. I have not talked to Paul Jameson, but I have heard and did read his comments that it seems like he's really open and willing to talk with us about how to make things safer, and so that's how we'll proceed.
Will this go the way of noise? That there was some initial noise about the noise and that kind of went away?
Well, I think that there will be some changes made. And you know, our police chief has some great ideas. It was great to have another set of eyes, someone new to the city who's been from a even bigger city and has seen even bigger events, who has a lot of experience in managing these kinds of events. And I think he brings a whole new perspective to it all. And I think we can only get better.
Were there 2 or 3 things that he saw that stood out more than others?
I can't tell you.
What about you? Just what goes through your head when you hear stabbing at Sunfest at the Waterfront?
Well, you know, I was on the middle barge, which was absolutely packed, and I was in a place standing by the police officers, because one of the things I did when I went down there, and I was there Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, is to check in with all of the first responders, the police and fire. And the police officer told me that somebody had been stabbed, and it was just like, oh gosh, I hope he's okay. I hope, you know, that we were able to get to him quickly, because one of the problems is there's so many people packed in that for first responders to get there, it's difficult. You know, you have to get through the crowds. So, but I was happy to hear that the gentleman who was hurt is fine, will be fine.
I remember last year you were concerned about, you know, the crowds that were coming out, the rap show and everything. Here it is again. There's a couple rap shows. There's a stabbing. I mean, is that something? Are you concerned about what kind of acts are coming and what's?
You know, I am not a music critic or aficionado, and I'm not really going to respond to the acts, but I will tell you that one of the things we need to do is make sure we make everything that happens in our city, whether it's a symphony concert or the opera or Sunfest, safe, and that's our goal.
Because you said there could be changes, but in terms of music and acts, that's still something, there's a contract, right?
We have nothing to say about the acts.
What about space? Would growing the area where Sunfest is alleviate some of the crowd concerns?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. It's a pretty big space as it was. I mean, went all the way down to Okeechobee. I went to a couple of events at the, I think that was the FPL stage, all the way down in Okeechobee. So that's, you know, it's a pretty big space to begin with. There's just lots of people.
Or is it too big? That there's not, it's such a huge fenced off area that it's hard to have surveillance everywhere.
It's open, and that makes it very hard, because it's all open space, and that makes it more difficult. It's not like having a concert in, you know, in Kravis Center or Harry Himmel, or where it's more contained, and you know how many people you can put into that area, and so it's different. We have to account for that.
Are there, I know around the city there are cameras in various locations. Are there any cameras at the waterfront?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you know?
I know there are cameras on Clematis, but I don't know about the waterfront.
About the actual waterfront. Is that something maybe you'd consider in the future?
We're going to look at everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to trust our police chief on his recommendations.
The proposed settlement for the Inspector General, I don't know if you saw her comments, but she's pretty upset. She thinks it's basically just gutting her office completely. I mean, what do you think?
The only thing that we're concerned about is making sure that the way the cities pay for this is done in a legal manner. This has always been, for us, about how the money is paid out. And well, there are several options that could solve it, whether she does the audit function or not. What we're concerned about is making sure that the way the payment flows is legal.
But even if that, what she says, guts the office, I mean, as long as the payments are...
Well, money can come from other places.
But what about the audit function?
I don't have any comment on that, you know. We have our own internal auditor. We don't really need her audit function, but if it remains an audit, if that remains part of her purview, that's fine with me, just as long as we figure out how to get this payment solved. It's always been for us, not the question of whether we need an IG or not, whether the office is effective or not. It's a question of how the money flows.
Any takeaways on developments in Tallahassee or lack thereof, depending on your perspective?
No. No.
Something we haven't talked about for a few weeks is the bridge. Anything new with the bridge? Any schedule changes, updates?
No. I know we still meet with them, but I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything?
Not a word.
Yeah.
Not a word.
Anything else?
Andrew?
Okay. Thank you.